I started Unlocking ADHD for two reasons. The first one is hope, and the second one is gap. I started it because my daughter and I found hope in getting diagnosed and managing the condition. And my daughter went from someone that was failing out of school at secondary 3 and getting an L1 R5 points of 36 with nowhere to go and no dream on what she wanted to do, to someone that finished at L1 R5 of 14 with a dream to basically do better and do more. And you can see that in the space of less than 3 years, the transformation of someone who was, again, not having much hope in the future to someone that has a bright future. And I believe she's not unique. There are other children and young people in Singapore that may have ADHD but are not aware that they have it, and therefore they haven't been diagnosed. I believe that once they get the help they need, they can actually change their future, not just for this generation, but for the generation to come. The second reason is the gap. We found that when we were first diagnosed with ADHD, there really wasn't much information that we could get about how do you live with ADHD in Singapore and what are the different types of issues that we had to deal with, that we could get some resources for. So what I really hope to do with Unlocking ADHD is to provide the resources for the ADHD community so that we can understand about the condition more and learn how it affects our daily lives and live with it to the best possible. The mission of Unlocking ADHD is to empower ADHDers and their families to live life to the fullest. Let me explain. We can break it down into three different parts of our mission. The first one is the word empowering. ADHD is basically something you're born with. No one chooses to have it. So we use the word empowering because once you find out that you have the condition, you actually can do something about it to live life in a better way. The second part, ADHDers and their families. The focus has always been on the person with ADHD, but because of the genetic link, the family is also involved, and therefore you cannot leave the family out of the equation. And the third part is to live life to the fullest. We don't believe in just leveling the playing field with accommodations. We believe that it's perfectly fine, and we should aim higher. I would like Unlocking ADHD to be the go-to place for anything to do with ADHD. Whether someone is exploring whether they have ADHD or they have just been diagnosed, or they've had it for some time and looking for resources on how to live life better. Additionally, in the future, what we would like to do is to roll out programs to support the community better. And this includes having support groups based on demographics. Also in terms of coaching, whether it's parent coaching, youth coaching, adult coaching, or school support.